Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Accounting Nightmare. Late stream today. I had to do some stuff. But, well, I feel like streaming and we got some time, so... might as well get some class quests done. I think we're going to do Summoner today. I've been really wanting to play some Summoner in Trusts, but I don't have Bahamut unlocked, so... yeah, we're going to do Summoner. I've got Sage to level 80 as well. Sage is quite fun, I've been enjoying that a lot. Oops. So I've got Sage and Reaper ready to go. There we go, that's what I wanted. A nice little Sage pose. That's cool. Anyway, alright, so the leftover Stormblood class quests. We got Monk, Machinist, Dancer, Black Mage, and Summoner. Also Blue Mage, but I'll show that at some point. I haven't finished unlocking New Game Plus for it. I'm kind of part way through that quest line. Yes, we've got 5 classes. And then we've got Sage and Reaper for the Endwalker classes, which we'll do. I'm hoping to do them both in one stream as a nice little Endwalker class stream. Alright, let's do Summoner today. Summoner. Ooh, I like this book. Look at my book. I think it's the Skaven book. Yeah, Nero's design. It's got a spinny disc and cool little buttons and stuff. It's a good book. Yeah, so this is after the big Endwalker changes to Summoner, so it's quite different now. There's a lot of similarities with how it used to work, but some pretty big differences. It's got like it's based around temporary summons now. You summon in the Ifrit EG. It only shows up for a few seconds and doesn't attack, and then it gives you like some charges you can use for a powered up ruin. Yeah, I'll go over how it works once we've done the classes. Your default pet is Carbuncle now, so gonna be hanging out with a little Carbuncle. It's cute. Carbuncle's good. Okay, what was happening in the quests for Summoner? I believe last time it was focused around attuning ourselves to Bahamut. We can't actually summon Bahamut yet. Yeah, working with Ishtola's sister, Yamitra. Yeah, we attuned ourselves to a bunch of the original primals, Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda. We wanted to attune ourselves to Leviathan, Ramu, and Shiva, but we were not able to. I forget if we found an actual reason for that. Apart from them not wanting to make 3 new AGs. Right, the original villain of the storyline, Tristan, he apparently returned, even though we thought he had died. So we're investigating who he was attacking. Different people. He was attacking different convoys and such. Ah, yes. Tristan had to kill his own brother after his brother was tempered by a primal. That's why Tristan was pretty messed up after that. Level 56. Ah, the assailant is not Tristan, but Tristan's elder brother, Kahedin. An Ascian of the 12th Chalice appeared, lamenting his decision to employ the siblings as pawns. So bloody Ascians were behind it, of course. Hey, Sword Prophet. Welcome. I'm good, thanks. How are you? I'm just reminding myself what happened in the Summoner stories. So it wasn't actually Tristan doing the new attacks. It was Kahedin, his brother, who was a reanimated puppet of an Ascian. I could have tranced all night. Yeah, so then we wanted to infuse ourselves with the essence of Bahamut. Went to the Cartno Flats, meditated. Had to fight an Ascian. We finished our ritual and we were able to enter the trance of the Dreadworm. Yes, that's what we're able to do now. Dreadworm trance. We went into the Great Google Library. I don't even remember that. That's cool. And we killed the Ascian who was after us because it wasn't one of the really powerful Ascians, just one of the weaker ones. So we defeated them and killed them. And that's where we left off. We killed an Ascian, the one who was behind the bad stuff that happened to Tristan and his brother. Hostage. Hang on. I'll kill us. Hang on, I gotta answer this. Yeah, but where I live, I have to ask pretty much everyone I'm about to interact with, hey, are you vaxxed? The answer's usually no. Oh, I'm immunocompromised, so... Oh, anyway, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, let's continue Summoner. A book with bite. That sounds like fun. Oh, I can just return there for free. Hey Mia, welcome. How are you? About to do some summoner stuff. Why do I keep trying to mount in Gridania? Because I'm silly. Got my carbuncle friend who deserves a hug. Yeah, hug for you, you little cutie. Demetra, hello. A book with bites. Demetra has the most fascinating news for you. Melchan, I've had the most fascinating news. Thanks. Twould seem that the ruins of ancient Alag have yielded to us a tome containing unknown secrets of the summoner's art. The tome in question is currently being kept under Rambrose's watchful gaze at our dig site in Mordona. I'll be heading there shortly myself, but I would not begrudge you an earlier peek. Secrets. I like secrets. Still here? I'd have thought the existence of an unknown work on the art of summoning would have had you flying along the currents of ether to Rambrose's side by now. That sounds like a good idea. Fly along the currents of ether. Rambrose! Ah, I thought you might be along. Here, Melchan. A prize such as this should be in your keeping. We uncovered it not terribly far from where we excavated the evoker's attire. I've judged the tome to be some manner of manual for summoning magic, but alas, I was unable to decipher the writings. 'Tis fortunate, then, that such a task falls directly within Ymitra's field of expertise. Speaking of which, would you mind taking the book to her yourself? She sent word that she had been held up by some dreary business in Revenant's Toll. Pray do be careful. Revenant's Toll? Were you able to find Ymitra in town? I can think of no one better suited to unravelling the secrets within that elegant tome. Book. I like books. Hello. What's up? My apologies. A trifling but unavoidable matter prevented me from making directly for the dig site. Now, shall we take a closer look at this elegant tome? An ancient tome of elegant origin, recently unearthed near St. Coinac's Find. Oh my. 'Tis rather more shabby than what I've come to expect from the great works of Alag, but let's not be discouraged. The content is what truly matters. A fine observation. Who is this? Oh, the book itself? Oh god, it's got teeth. Oh god. Well, there's a book with bite. Principia at your service. I'm a humbly familiar with the Doctrine of Summoning. Have we awoken a sentient tome from some ancient library? Melchan, we must keep it contained. Have I somehow given offence? Strange, for I am not equipped with offensive capabilities. That's cute. Imparting the art of summoning is my function. An instructional manual is my form. A manual, you say? Correct. When opened in the presence of summoners, I am bound to awaken and share with them the secrets of summoning. The young mistress there is in possession of an active soul crystal, yes? 'Twas the soul crystal that awoke you? Correct. Only one who carries a soul crystal and has bathed in the aether of an icon may wield the powers of a summoner. I sensed one worthy of instruction and was thus compelled to introduce myself. Icon. That is the Allegan word for primal. Excuse my need to clarify the obvious, but you are a construct created to teach summoning magics to any potential student you encounter. Why would the ancients have deemed such a thing necessary? Summoning came into being for the purpose of eliminating beings, specifically those beings known as icons, primals. Once these entities have all been vanquished, however, new EG cannot be harnessed. Old summoners perish, and so too does their art. It was upon glimpsing this bleak future that a certain master summoner set about crafting yours truly. Inscribed with arts of tremendous power, I exist to teach others how to safeguard their existence. Fascinating. Your creation speaks to the heart of the discipline's rarity. Summoning harnesses the power of primals, for the sole purpose of destroying them, and new summoners only arise in an age when primals are rife. With the absence of living mentors, a true succession of the art is never achieved. Principia, are you then to instruct Melchan in the lost secrets of Alag? I am eager to oblige, but there are certain obligations. Ere the seal upon my higher knowledge can be unlocked, the student must first overcome the 3 challenges I am ensorcelled to present. Of course. Well, considering how it refers to primals as icons, I'm inclined to believe that we have an authentic Allegan relic on our hands. What say you, Melchan? Will you undertake these challenges? The first challenge is a test of power. This trial is designed to evaluate the raw magnitude of your arcane talent by pitting you against a predetermined opponent of carefully measured fortitude, also known as I manifest a monster and you fight it. Mayhap not terribly wise to attempt that in the middle of town. Why don't we find ourselves a less populated area out near the Singing Shards? Above. Oh, stuck on crystal. Glowy. Are you prepared for this test of power? 'Twould seem Principia is but waiting on your word. Shall we begin the test of power, mistress? Mistress? You treat your pupil as a superior, Principia? Such was the way in which I was written. Ah, and if my full name begins to tire your tongue, you are welcome to call me Prin or Pia. Ooh, I rather like Prin. Let us proceed with the challenge. Ah, hello. A fine showing, mistress. Even the greatest of Allegan summoners would be forced to recognise the extent of your extent power. Is that noise like her clacking her teeth or bouncing or I don't know. A crushing victory, Melchan. Who could argue the potential of modern summoning after that display? You have bested the first challenge, mistress. There are few summoners in Allag's long history who boasted this degree of native might. Furthermore, that you have achieved such potency through naught but the study of ancient wisdom is simply astonishing. With a little polish to your technique, guiding you to loftier heights of power should be astonishingly simple. I'd thought Melchan's technique more than sufficiently polished, but you say there is room for improvement? I see we shall have to adjust our yarmstick for perfection if we are to rival the practitioners of the past. Indeed, if you would know more of past practices, then you need only ask. Actually, I do have a question for you, if you would indulge me, Melchan. Prin, in which age were you created? You appear to lack the technological advancements that were predominant in constructs in the latter days of Allag civilization. Another excellent observation. I was penned by Master Sari, a preeminent summoner of his time. He was, in fact, likely the last master summoner of the Allegan Empire's reign. Were I to date myself by your culture's notion of history, my creation would have taken place at a point just before the Empire's collapse. In other words, solidly within the richest era of aetherochemical discovery. One might reasonably wonder why this wonderful science was excluded from my invention, and I assure you there is a reason. In the beginning, the Allegans rose to superiority through their mastery of magecraft. It is told that the very first wielders of summoning magic made do with grimoires fashioned of leather and ink and parchment. There came a tipping point, however, when the mundane sciences began to progress with ever-growing rapidity. These advances were married with the arcane, and aetherochemical technology was born. Even as the harnessing of lightning energies gave rise to new recording mediums, techniques were developed that allowed complex arcane geometries to be instantly plotted. Traditional grimoires were replaced by devastatingly efficient and elegant weapons. The convenience of these tools, however, did not lend themselves well to the instruction of initiates. Beyond such considerations, the new mediums could not be perused without dedicated machinery, and their manufacture was no simple matter. And so the summoner who breathed life into you decided that tomestones and the like were not the ideal method for passing on his accumulated wisdom. Correct. He chose for me the primitive form of a book, and inscribed within my pages a bounty of potent incantations that required no machine to be cast. Thank you, Prin. I thought only to satisfy my academic curiosity, but I found myself swept up in your description of the past. You truly are the creation of an incredible age. And thank you for your patience, Melchan. Shall we return to Gridania? Interesting. Nearly off cooldown. To Gridania. Hey Tag, welcome. We found an ancient book. Well, Rambros and the people of St. Cornac's Fine found an ancient book. And it's an enchanted book. It's a familiar that passes on summoning knowledge. Hey, thank you, Southern. Welcome. Good to see you. Amphitheatre. Yeah. And this book is going to teach us some stuff we don't know. Once we undertake its tests, of course. You must undertake my tests 3. Also need to go AFK at some point. Someone's coming to pick up something. Hopefully they just message me when they're nearly here. Dancing Wolf, hello. Melchan, you've been well, I trust? I'm trying to bend Yamitra's ear, but she seems a little distracted. Not that I can blame her.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day. We thank you.
Thank you, Southern. Thank you for the gift subs. 5 gift subs. Thank you very much. That's really nice of you. And congrats to everyone who got a gift. That's cool. I'm glad my alert's working properly too, and it's not repeating it 5 times. Not that I can blame her. Have you seen this hopping book? I'm fairly sure I caught a flash of teeth in between those pages. There, here's the book. You want it to repeat? Reminds you of the book in Nier. Oh yeah, there's a book in the original Nier too, isn't there? Welcome home, mistress. Or should that be welcome back? I am told this is the base of your research efforts with Lady Yamitra, but I am unsure of the correct salutation. I really like this book. His book. Next time you're gifting 1 gift sub 5 times. Well, I can repeat it once for you.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day. We thank you.
There you go. You got to repeat. Well done, Melchan. We are one step closer to revealing a new secret of ancient Allag. Prin will issue the next challenge after you've had the chance to review your studies and hone your abilities to a new level of perfection. I've decided to keep the familiar here at my side for the moment. Even with as many wonders as Eorzea holds, folk tend to panic at the sight of a fanged tome that jumps around of its own accord. Oh, and pay no mind to Captain Wolf. He obviously wishes to secure my services for some task or another, but we have more important matters to attend to. Level 63. I don't want Milchan's husband's voice on repeat. It is a rather long voice clip. I like it a lot though. So this was the guy from the Heavensward Summoner quests. Performing for Prin. Demetra asks that you lend an ear to Principia. Greetings, Milchan. 'Twould seem that Prin would speak with us about the second challenge. Hey Lauren, how are ya? Welcome. Congratulations, mistress. You are sufficiently prepared to undertake the next test. Excuse me, Prin, but how can you tell? By analysing the patterns of Mistress's ethereal emanations, I can gauge the strength and precision of her recently cast incantations. Of course, Mistress must attempt the challenge itself, before I can provide an evaluation to the proper degree of accuracy. This will be a test of skill. To administer this test under the prescribed conditions, however, I must request the assistance of several more summoners to play the role of antagonists. Oh, I think I'm the only one? Several more summoners? In this day and age, that will be no easy feat to arrange. Come now, Demetra. The solution is right under your nose. Milchan, your deeds have caught the attention of the highest echelons of the Flames. After learning what you're capable of, we've begun an initiative to take our very own summoners into battle against the Primals. Oh, okay. A number of soldiers under my command have already begun intensive training. I handpicked veteran survivors of our expedition against Ifrit, and they've been issued with soul crystals we claimed from the Ascians. Nice. We got more crystals. I'm good, thanks. Aye, and Captain Wolf has been howling in my ear for days, begging to enlist your aid as some kind of drill instructor for the ethereally gifted. But now you're in need of summoners for this trial of yours, yes? I am prepared to offer my regiment's full cooperation. All I ask in return is a few morsels of advice for the acolytes. It seems to me a fair trade, and my enchantments do not restrict me from instructing neophyte summoners in the fundamentals of the art. Very well. I suppose such an arrangement could prove convenient for us all. I knew you'd come around. Meet me at Camp Blue Fog, and I'll assemble the troops for inspection. As mentioned, the second challenge will be a test of skill. I shall be evaluating your technique for flawless execution and executed flaws. We should meet Captain Wolf at the camp, then we'll find a nice open space somewhere in northern Thanalan to conduct the second challenge. I did warn him, however, that you're far too busy to train his soldiers on any kind of permanent basis. Good, good. Camp Blue Fog. Do, 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 do. A hairball was in your lap trying to find out what you were eating, but left when you realised you were done. Rude. Yes. Hello. Got some newbies. Aye? We ain't started yet, have we? Summoner Denise at your service, miss. I am told we are to be your opponents for this exercise. It's an honor to meet you, miss. These are the 3 neophyte summoners who will be assisting with the trial. I have heard elegant training can be rather remorseless. Do your best, but pray try not to injure them during the foray. Everything is in readiness for the second challenge, mistress. Looks like we're all here. Let's get on with the briefing, shall we? As you command. This second challenge will evaluate the elegance of your technique, as opposed to the magnitude of your miasma. First, I shall infuse the EG of your opponents with secondary enchantments, and then you are to engage the entities in combat. Also, we can't cast the spell miasma anymore. That got removed. That's one of the dot spells. Prin explained to me that the enchantments store the ether expended during the battle, and allow for an in-depth analysis of your flair for death flares, as it were. In any case, I expect you'll pass with flying colours. Right. I suppose you should know who you're up against. Designation and rank. Summoner Crispin, Private, First Class. We're grateful for aught you can teach us, miss. Summoner Denise, Sergeant. I'm new to spell casting, but I've seen my share of combat, miss. Crispin and I are to fight you as a pair. Summoner Judge Samu, Lieutenant. You've more than a few admirers in the barracks, Melchan. Miss. But that don't mean we'll go easy on ya. Enough chatter. Quick march to the training ground. Give the word to Crispin and Dennis when you're ready to battle their EG, Melchan. After that, you'll be facing off against the Lieutenant's beast. You won't be attacking my troops directly, so give it all you've got. Alright, where are we going? Up here? This spot will do, I guess. All set, Melchan? As I said, Crispin and Dennis will be your first opponent, or Denise will be your first opponents. Just give them the word. These are the 3 neophyte summoners who'll be... Oh, seen that dialogue? Clunk, 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 clunk. Our EG are primed for battle, miss. We'll unleash them as soon as you've given Crispin the command. I'll just be watching for the now. You know, seeing how you handle the small fish before you get to the real fight. Yeah, mate. Prepare yourself, miss. Denise and I will now summon our servants to battle. Aye, a pair of Ifrit EG for you. Ifrit! Boom! Rip. Well, that was easy. There's more pressing matters at hand. Bring it on. You finished warming up on them embers then? Because even together, me mates EG don't hold a candle to the inferno I can summon. Right, let's bring the flames. Oh, yours is bigger. I'm gonna summon mine now. And see ya. And now I can do some ruby abilities. Now summon Titan. Nice. It's not over yet. The Lieutenant has one more card up his sleeve. Ah. Even Jijisamu's edgy was extinguished. Well, that's that then. Any new dialogue? How do you feel, mistress? Dizziness? Itchiness? Nausea? No? Mayhap this challenge needs to be more challenging. Continue. You held your own easily enough, but that Ifrit EG was still rather impressive. Your next opponent will be another one of Summoner Judge Asamu's EG. The lad's not fond of losing, so expect no quarter. Okay, what have you got? A Titan? Ah, I had hopes for that one, but you snuffed him out real quick. Not much of a trial, eh? Well then, you're lucky I fought another primal during me time with the Company of Heroes. Aye, you're not the only summoner as can command more than one ethereal beastie. Say hello to your final opponent, Titan EG. Thick. Big boy. Go, Garuda. Now activate my trance again. Yarr. Hey, Sabrosian. Welcome. The premise of these quests is a little weird. Now you don't have persistent pets anymore. Yeah, it's a little strange. I wish I'd been able to join in the battle with my own self. Not that the outcome would have been any different, mind. That was a pleasure to watch, miss. I can hardly wait to return to our training. Titan EG seemed so solid, and then you broke him into little pieces. Allow me some time to chew on the residue of your battles, mistress. Though from the taste alone, I can predict a favourable flavour for the result. Okay. A former member of the Company of Heroes. I'm impressed. He has the makings of a talented summoner. I hope my summoners put up enough of a fight for you. Anyway, shall we hear what the book has to say? I have ruminated upon the swirls and echoes of your battle, and the picture is clear. Your technique is, without a doubt, a thing of exquisite beauty. Consider the second challenge conquered. Well, that's good news, if hardly surprising. After all, you did sweep through those EG like a storm through a field of dandelions. Me thanks. You've opened me eyes. I see I've some work to do before I've truly mastered this discipline. I'm glad to know we've been of service. Now, we really must be returning to Gridania. Thank you, miss. This was truly an enriching experience. Aye, pray train with us again in the future. Nice. Not sure you like the book's footsteps? I like the way it hops. It's cute. Little hopping book. Where's my carbuncle? There you are. You cutie. Book. One last challenge remains. Pray win through this trial, lest the higher knowledge I hoard remain lost. Congratulations, Melchan. With your impressive demonstrations of power and skill, you have already conquered 2 of Prin's 3 challenges. Ere we come to the final trial, however, Prin would further our education on Allegan summoning. First, I would ask what you know of the rise and fall of summoning in the Allegan Empire. I was made to cover rather a lot of history, you understand. Book puns. From our research, we have learned that summoners were initially lauded as heroes for their success against the primals. When certain of these mages began to abuse the art's power for personal gain, however, the adoration of the populace shifted towards an oppressive hatred. Correct. We speak now of the latter half of the third astral era. My creator, Master Sari, was one of those who expended his energies on the destruction of primals, even as he fled from relentless persecution. Alongside his disciples, he triumphed over Belias and many other lesser entities. Belias? The third astral era. Okay, interesting. Belias? That was the name of the elder primal from whom Tristan once drew power. Master Sari must have been mighty indeed to defeat such a foe. Yet he still knew fear. The thought that the grand discipline of summoning would fade into oblivion was more than Master Sari could bear, and so he sought to preserve its legacy and provide for his successors. My creator was well versed in etherochemistry and held a particular interest in the technology of information. Broadly speaking, he researched methods for producing arcane geometries without grimoires, and experimented with machine-enhanced egi. He eventually abandoned both of these technologies, deeming them unsuitable for the instruction of future generations. Hoping to provide guidance to those summoners yet unborn, he instead began writing and enchanting a work that would survive down the ages. He made me. Such an accomplished personage. Why then have I seen but scant mention of his name in Alag's histories? As you have said yourself, it was an age where the adulation of summoners experienced an extreme reversal. It is likely that Master Sari's achievements were struck from the records, even as his loyal pupils were struck down in the streets. I was shut in a storeroom, abandoned to my slumber, like some common treatise on trade agreements in the southern provinces, and thus I can tell you naught of what befell my creator in his later years. I expected a dry recital on the history of summoning, but you've shared with us your personal narrative. 'Tis clear you hold a great deal of respect for Master Sari. I am a familiar. I simply relay information as I was inspelled. This lecture is now over. As you wish, Prin. Well, Mel-chan, 'twould seem class is dismissed for the moment. I suggest you recuperate from this day's trial, and look toward preparing yourself for the final challenge. Final challenge. There's still multiple quests left to go. One last challenge remains. Pray win through this trial, lest the higher knowledge I hoard remain lost. An existential crisis. Oh. Demetra has an announcement regarding the final challenge. The time has come, Mel-chan. Prin is ready to administer the final trial. Yes, your third challenge is at hand, mistress. I shall be glad to at last share the wisdom that has long lain dormant within my pages. Thus far we've had evaluations of raw power and refinement of skill. What then will this third challenge seek to test? That I cannot tell you. Cannot? Or will not? I do not keep this detail from you for the sake of my own amusement. It must be secret. Were you aware of the test purpose, such knowledge would unfairly affect its outcome. What I will tell you, however, is that this trial requires conditions that are akin to an actual battlefield. As such, I must ask that you call fellow summoners to your side and arrange a location where you might join hands against a most realistic primal threat. Well, this ought to be welcome news for Captain Wolf. I shall see if his acolytes are available. Ring, ring, ring. Greetings, this is Demetra. Demetra, of the Sons of St. Koinarch? I have a favour to ask. Well, Captain Wolf was more than eager to accept our request. He even offered to arrange exclusive use of a section of Seal Rock. It seems there will be an airship waiting in Uldar to fly us to the island. Shall we rendezvous at the landing once you're prepared then? This will be the final and most grueling challenge. Pray ready yourself, mistress, that you are not reduced to so much gruel. Thanks. Dimitri's come to make an announcement. Seal Rock. Okay. Not sure if I know what that is yet. Airship landing. Book. I don't know about you, Melchan, but my nerves are beginning to get the best of me. Captain Wolf and the others have already landed on Seal Rock, so let us not delay the challenge any further. Ow. Who could that be? Oh, Summoner Jajasamu. How might I... Pardon? By whom? Lieutenant, can you hear me? Blast, the call was cut off. Melchan, our immortal colleagues are under attack. Their situation sounds dire indeed. All the summoners are crippled by injuries, and Captain Wolf alone fights to keep the foe at bay. Our planned battle has become rather more real than we anticipated. We'd best explain matters to the pilot and arrange a rescue party. The situation sounds grim, mistress. We should make for Seal Rock immediately. Ambush, you say? Understood. I'll put in a call for reinforcements, but my ship is ready to depart now if you are. Shall we go in ahead? Yes. Let's go. Kick some butt. An existential crisis. Follow me, Melchan. They should be over this way. I've located a survivor. Let us ensure his continued survival. I'll live, I think. The others. We became separated. His wounds are not too serious. Come, Melchan, we mustn't tarry. Are these EG? I've never seen their like. Sephiroths? Oh my god. I recognise them from Allegan times, but few could summon so many. Oh my god, there are Sephiroth EGs. Oh, I want them. Can I have them? I want a Sephiroth EG. This is one of the PvP maps. Ah, okay. That's cool. Ah, they look cool. Such odd vocalizations. I have no records of EG speech. Interesting map. Another survivor located. The wounds appear grievous. We must treat these at once. Prin, can you, apply pressure. We're completely overmatched. The captain, he drew them away. We shall tend to the injured. Go with haste, mistress. That's a big one. Nearly finished catching up on Eden stuff. Nice. Sephiroth. Sephiroth. More Sephiroth EGs. Unknown summoners. Rude. Melchan, thank the gods. I'm in over my head here. Ah, the potential has arrived. Shall we test the limits of your power? The what? So, this is what the art has become. More. Show me more. I? Familiar with Bahamut's power, are you? You must have another taste. Tower. Boom. I should probably kill your EG, huh? Yeah, there we go. Who is this man? He's worse than the Asians. Artificial trance. Okay. He's putting dots on me. Summons don't do that anymore. You exceeded my expectations. Shall we try something new? Demi-worms? What the frick? Those don't look like EG. They do not. Go, Garuda. Urgh. Consummate skill, expansive ethereal might. You truly are a fascinating specimen. Ah, dragon. My energies wane. This location was not ideal. But tower! Tower! Boom! Grr. Anomalous potential confirmed. Commencing scan. Don't scan me, what the frick? Grr. Latent ethereal capacity. Immeasurable. Standard parameters exceeded. Reinitializing system. What? He wants to go another round? Book. Master Sari, how have you come to be here? Oh. Master, surely you do not mean that, Sari? Ah, Principia, they have woken you. This should suffice. What are you doing to her? What did you do to Prin? The construct is unharmed. I simply added another layer of security. Do not disappoint me, Summoner. I will be waiting. Are there 3 more tests to do now? How odd. The way he vanished was almost as if... Bull's teeth! What was that all about? Bah, we'll discuss this back in Uldar, after we've seen to the wounded. Bum, bum, bum. A remix of an FF8 track. Ah, okay, yep. Yeah, I think that's probably the track I'm thinking of. Hey, Light Cecil, you're near the end of Heavenswood Summoner quests. Nice. Summoners 58. Cool. Yeah, I'm enjoying Summoner quite a bit, actually. I thank you for saving my comrades. Your decisive action carried the day. I felt Thul's hand on my shoulder for a moment there, but Mistress Yamitra's magics brushed it away. Thank you for coming to our rescue. That bloke called up an army all by himself, and I'm pretty sure some of them weren't EG. I didn't know that kind of thing was even possible. That was like to a nightmare. What manner of summoner can command so many EG at once? Summoner Denise was gravely wounded. Had we arrived but a step or 2 later? Where's Book? Where's our book friend? You arrived in the nick of time, Melchan. Thanks to you, my soldiers survived that ambush, and they'll be fit for duty again after a bit of rest. Aye, you have our gratitude. If you hadn't plunged into the fray like that, we almost certainly would have perished. You said that bastard was Master Sari, didn't you? A summoner of ancient Alag? Did them mages have some way of coming back to life? Alright, Lieutenant, let's not jump to conclusions. Well, he was wielding summoning magics, unlike aught we've ever seen before. Maybe Prin has some idea. I'll be sure to ask. Come, Melchan, let us return to Gridania. Yamitra surprised me once before with her cunning, but I knew in my gut that that ambush was no part of her agenda. It was too sudden, too brutal. Even worse, we're not even sure of who our foe actually was. Gridania. Ah, you found the track when we were still back in Heavenswood? Ah, yep. That's fair. That's right, I keep forgetting I have a proper defensive move now. I should have used that. Creates a barrier around self that absorbs damage totaling to 20% of my HP. It's pretty cool. Book. What misfortune that such an incident should occur on the cusp of your final challenge. Well, what was meant to be Melchan's final trial was certainly testing, to say the least. Tell me, Prin, what makes you so sure that that was Master Sari? Based upon the evidence at hand, there can be no doubt. The vocal and ethereal signatures were identical to those exhibited by my creator. The only aspect that gives me pause is his behaviour. Master Sari was never one to offer harm to others with such callous indifference. I would say that there is a larger inconsistency to consider here, Prin. Your creator supposedly died several thousand years ago. There is one other possibility. The greatest minds of Alag unlocked a science known as cloning, by which they could artificially create a replicant of a living being. Seal Rock is, after all, a construction of the Allagan Empire. Assuming the individual you battled was indeed a clone of Master Sari, then my senses would recognise no appreciable difference. An exact copy of the original person. It would explain much, but the very thought of it is horrifying. Oh, and did he not tamper with your enchantments? Are you truly unharmed? My faculties are undimmed, but the wisdom I was to impart to Mistress has been sealed behind an arcane lock. I can do nothing. Only my creator holds the key. Then your secrets are lost to us. If only Melchan had been able to attempt that third challenge. Attempt? Mistress has already passed it. What? Allow me to explain. The third challenge is a test of the summoner's nature. Thus does the trial require the presence of companions and a realistic threat. Master Sari's ambush did, of course, bring an unexpected dimension to proceedings. Yet Mistress leapt to the aid of her fellow summoners without hesitation, and braved considerable danger to see that they were safely rescued. Selfless acts that more than qualify Mistress as a worthy successor. I had wondered why power and skill were not sufficient. Sari wished to see his teachings passed on to summoners of noble heart. Correct. He could not countenance the idea that such knowledge might be put to evil ends. Now you understand why his display of violence so confused me. Aye, and all the more reason to suspect an impostor. But whatever this man's identity may be, we will track him down and make him remove that seal. Your purpose is too important. And I will assist you in any way I can. The Master Sari that made me would not stand to see his memory profaned with such wickedness. Well said, Prin. For an enchanted stack of ink and parchment, you have an impressively developed moral compass. I possess neither morals nor a compass. I merely follow my inspelled directions to guide worthy summoners. If I give the impression of such characteristics, then mayhap I am overstepping my bounds as a familiar? No, you're fine, Prin. Forget I mentioned it. I will see if I can unearth more detailed records of Master Sari. Mayhap the story of his later life will aid us in unravelling this present mystery. Interesting. What misfortune that such an incident should occur on the cusp of your final challenge. Off the record. Yamitra seems to be having trouble making headway with her research. I searched through the usual histories, but found scant mention of Sari. 'Tis as Prin has said, records of his existence have all but been expunged. And since my own knowledge is limited to the day I was stored away, we must rely on those lost Allagan records that escaped the purge. My colleague, Rambrose, may be able to help us there. Hardly a day goes past when his team does not lift some forgotten treasure from the ruins in Mordona. Shall we pay him a visit? I would tell you the story of spending several thousand years locked in a dark room, but I fear I slept through most of it. I mean, it doesn't sound very pleasant, so... Come, we should visit Rambros at St. Koinak's find. He's sure to have something that survived the purge of Sari's history. Might need to take a break and get some more water. I forgot to refill it before I started. Crystal Tower. Hello. Ah, hello, Melchan. I've just been explaining our dilemma to Rambros here. Demetra has informed me of your search, and I shall be certain to contact you should our discoveries include any mention of the Sari. There may, however, be a swifter way to acquire the information you seek. I know of a certain merchant who collects undeciphered tomestones with even greater zeal than the Sons of St. Koinak. Ah, you speak of Rowena. Oh god, not Rowena. Aye, we have formed something of a symbiotic relationship with her consortium. In return for financing our excavations, we provide Rowena with a selection of our finds. I'm sure you would find her amenable to a request for assistance. After all, you would merely need to borrow her tomestones for a time, yes? Here, I've penned a letter with my personal reassurances that her stock will be returned, none the worse for wear. I'm sure you'll have no trouble coming to a mutually beneficial agreement. What are we going to have to do for her? Also, when do I get to e.g. my carbuncle to be a book? I like the book. I want book. Hello. Nero, I really should change your costume, shouldn't I? What should we give you? Forget what the sovereign barding is? Oh, I don't have a... I've only got a crown for it, apparently. It's not a full set, so... I do like the Leviathan barding. It's just very cute. He's pretending to be Leviathan. Look at him, he's so fierce. Cute. You have Rambros's letter, yes? I'll let you do the haggling. I'll try. Aye, what can I do for you? Got a letter. A polite request to borrow tomestones, penned by the meticulous hand of Rambros and addressed to Rowena. So, you've the backing of old Rambros, eh? Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to lend you some of my tomestones. In fact, I'll do you one better and let you borrow the transcripts, courtesy of the scribes at the ironworks. As books, they're a damn sight heavier, but you don't need fancy machines when it's all penned down in ink and parchment. Give me a summary of the contents when you're finished, and I'll consider that as payment. Collectors will part with more coin if they know what they're getting, and my time's too precious to waste on reading ancient history. Consider it a deal, Rowena, and thank you. Well, Milchan, shall we get to work? Okay. That was a more fair deal than I was expecting. Actual books. Fancy that. I've barely begun skimming the very first volume, and there are already some promising passages. Let us wake Prin and share our findings, shall we? Ah, Rambros. Have you come to check on our progress? This charming tome is Principia, a sentient familiar of ancient Alag. A pleasure to meet you, Master Rambros. Pray call me Prin if you prefer. Thank you, Prin. And might I say what a privilege it is to meet such a rare and clever construct. Clever? Well, yes, apparently Prin was written that way. In fact, we were just hoping to hear an opinion on a new snippet of information I've uncovered. 'Twas an order listed in a record of Imperial military communications, commanding that the fruits of the Master Summoner's research be seized. It appears that the army had more than a passing interest in Sari's experiments. And what exactly was the purpose of this research? Master Sari toiled to wed summoning magics with aetherochemical technology. For example, he experimented with replacing grimoires with mechanical mediums, and sought to manifest EG of greater authenticity by utilising high-speed computations. Simply put, he turned to machines to enhance traditional summoning methods. Is that the gist of it? Correct. But Master Sari was never one to abuse the success of his experiments, no matter how they magnified his power. He would not place his trust in machines. Their inherently complex nature was too prone to error, he said. I mean, that's fair. The dates on these communications indicate a time in the latter half of Sari's life. Is it possible something could have occurred between crafting you and the execution of this order that may have greatly altered the summoner's outlook? There was, of course, the violent wave of anti-summoner sentiment that swept through Alag. It claimed the lives of many of Master Sari's disciples. Following their deaths, he began spending much of his time cloistered within his laboratory. Such an incident could certainly be responsible for changing a man. And Principia, you were unaware of subsequent events once you fell into slumber, yes? From what we've learned so far, 'tis safe to say that the foe we encountered is related to Sari's research in some way. And there are likely more clues buried in these records. I shall speak with Captain Wolf, and ask to borrow the sharp mind of his summoner squad. 'Tis a rather intimidating pile to tackle on our own. Well, seeing as you have the transcripts, there is no need to travel far. You are welcome to make use of my tent, and the reference materials on Alag found therein. That would be an enormous help, thank you. Let's haul these books to the dig site, shall we? She left them there. Okay, they disappeared. Alright. They just didn't want to animate that, I don't think. Or maybe the implication is that I'm hauling them. Probably. Books. Can I read some? I clicked a button accidentally, but can I read some of these books, please? I want to read books. Okay. Some people dislike this manner of task, but I never tire of dredging through pages that transport one to the past. I've been ignoring aught that ain't to do with the military. 'Tis more efficient to have a narrow focus, I reckon. These elegant records are like to make my skull burst, opening portals to other worlds, forging new moons. It's not even fiction. Our summoner colleagues arrived with a swiftness after I relayed to them our request. 'Tis well to see them recovered from their injuries. With everyone pitching in, we stand a good chance of finding something useful. Hey Catsworth, welcome. How are ya? Yes. Finishing up the summoner quest line with the Stormblood stuff. And we have a book friend. Ah, here's the bugger I was looking for. This is a record of when the military finally caught up with Sari. It says here the summoner was found dead. Killed by someone else, it seems. Then we have proof of the original Sari's demise in the Third Astral Era. Now there remains the question of who, or what, attacked us in this age. My coin is on one of those clone creations. Is there aught more to the story, Lieutenant? Aye, it goes on to describe how the Imperial Army took over Sari's research, lauding his experiments as exceptionally dangerous, but ripe with potential applications. They shifted operations to an artificial island soon after, and began practical testing. One cataclysmic accident later, though, and that was the end of that. That sounds very elegant. This artificial island must be a reference to Seal Rock, the very site of our encounter with the present-day Sari. During the battle, my creator's simulacrum exhibited the ability to summon multiple EGs simultaneously, as well as manifest highly authentic facsimiles of flesh and blood entities. The basis for every one of these unorthodox techniques can be traced back to Master Sari's research into machine-enhanced summoning. I'd say we have enough evidence to support a working theory then, namely that the Allagan military was using a clone of the deceased Sari to perform hazardous experiments, tests which explored the feasibility of etherochemically bolstered summoning magics. And when we landed on Seal Rock, we must have somehow awoken the remnants of those experiments. Mayhap we solved the mystery of who the attacker was, but now I would know the place to where he fled. What refuge exists for such a being? From what I can gather, the results of Sari's work were bundled off to some secret laboratory called the Etherochemical Research Facility. I've been there multiple times. It's a dungeon. You know of this place, miss? Is it far? As is La. If that's where they were keeping Sari's research, then it's possible the clone may have headed there. Our squad will fly back to Seal Rock and make further investigations. The relics of the past may hold some hint we haven't yet considered. An excellent idea, thank you. We shall return to Gridania for the time being. Chomp, 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 chomp. Oh, back to Gridania. And then I suppose we're going to Adizla. I still really like this set. This summoner set. From the Heavenswood quests. Quite nice. Bum bum ba bum. Book. This simulacrum of Master Sari has sought to obstruct my creator's will, and I shall offer it no quarter. You deserve to learn the wisdom within my pages. I've received an update from Captain Wolf regarding their investigations on Seal Rock. It would seem that certain of the Allegan relics have shown signs of recent activation. The mechanisms were too heavily damaged to offer more in the way of useful information, however. I fear we must brave this Azizlar facility and search for Sari ourselves. Is that what he was hoping for when he said, "I will be waiting"? It is possible. I did not think the detail important at the time, but the lock engaged by Master Sari's simulacrum was not of the strictest here. Rather, the seal is one which fades upon the sealer's demise. Alright. Then he was goading us into finding and defeating him. Another challenge? Or is it simply a trap? I am not fond of rushing into the unknown. Gird yourself for the worst, Melchan, and I will learn the present circumstances of the research facility. Bum, 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 bum. Wow. Let's do this! An art for the living. Demetra is ready to depart for Azizlar. Summon Bahamut. Upgrades Dreadworm Trance to summon Bahamut. So pretty much still the same thing, it's just it now summons a big awesome dragon. Cool. I've learned all there is to be learned about the research facility. The time has come to make our move. From what my sister and her colleagues have told me, the laboratories are housed in an extremely dangerous quadrant of Azizlar. Wait. Apparently she called up her sister. Yeah, let's just go over that. We'll not want to wander around inviting trouble, but rather plot the swiftest and safest route to our destination. There should be a terminal somewhere that will allow us to pinpoint the section where Sari's research is being stored. Once we arrive on Azizlar, finding such a terminal will be our highest priority. I've informed Captain Wolf of our forthcoming expedition. He insisted that he and his summoner squad provide us with support. Let us make ready and meet them at Helix. Hey, Honora. This dungeon's going bad. Aww. Sorry to hear that. Which one is it? If it's one that I'm familiar with. The name of Azizlar is known to me. Its facilities were constructed by the oppressors in the military, however, so I was never welcomed there. Aww. Azizlar. Sari could hardly have chosen a more distant place to take refuge. Well, they could have gone to the first. That's more distant. Last story one? Ah, okay. Healer's not great. Sorry to hear that. That's painful. Hello. Everywhere I turn, there's a new wonder. I've pinched myself 10 times already, just to be sure I was awake. So, this is what you get when you fuse the arcane with the mechanical, and neither is diminished by the result. There are beasts from my worst nightmares simply strolling around up here. Prin tells me they would have been contained in the days when the Allegans yet worked at this facility. Have these ruins truly existed for thousands of years? It's all so bright and sharp. I can't see Prin anywhere. Azizlar is even more fantastical than I'd imagined. But we mustn't let ourselves be distracted by the scenery. We should fan out and search for a control panel of some description. And we can use that to plan the simplest route to our objective, yes? Aye, then we plunge ahead, swift and sure, and bring an end to this bastard clone. That is my intention. It is important to note, however, that we have yet to determine if our enemy is truly a clone or not. Even an artificial copy would appear as a living, breathing being. The man you fought on Seal Rock seemed almost otherworldly. I'm inclined to agree with you, Ymitra, but no matter what he is, we need to slay him to lift Prin's seal. The job remains the same. True enough. Then we should first focus on finding that terminal. Melchan, if you would, pray search around the base of the Warring Triad statues. Keep your guard up. If Sari knows we're coming, he may have prepared a welcome. You knew it was cursed when the Reaper was named Troy Baker. Off. I like Troy Baker. Right up until yesterday when I found out he was heavy into NFTs. And also partnered with a company that straight up stole some people's content without crediting them. Oh. Yuck. Yeah, that's why he's been trending. Sucked. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't mind re-seeing the other summons in FF8 as well. That would be cool. Sophia. Zervan. Yes, 3 of the 5 oceanic servers are going to be named after the Warring Triad. There's going to be one called Sephiroth. Awesome. Uh-oh. Fight. Fight time. Time for fight. They did. They were actually level 70 though. That was Marchamp actually. Yes, it does have big Marchamp energy, doesn't he? I predicted you would be the first to find me. A lesser summoner would have been slain. Hi, douchebag. Oh, the whole crew's here. Melchan! Sari's clone! It's here! Clone? Ah, you seek to explain my existence. An understandable theory, but I am far more than one of those clumsy creations. You had best abandon this flawed perception, lest it lead you down the path to failure. I shall await you inside, Potential. You will pass my test, your true final challenge, or you will die never knowing what I truly am. Prin, please chomp his ankle. Oh, okay. Thul's teeth. He's gone again. Wonder if he's a primal, maybe. Did you see that, Melchan? The way he vanished. It is akin to the dismissal of a summoned entity. So you're saying he's some sort of Iji? One what's wearing Sari's face? But how can he look so solid and, well, alive? With the aid of a computational machine, it would be theoretically possible to reconstruct ether into a near-perfect replica of Sari's corporeal form. He was summoned using a machine? Correct. Master Sari's research developed mechanical substitutes for grimoires. In fact, the lieutenant is standing right in front of one. This thing, eh? It looks a bit like them tome lifts on Seal Rock, only that was much bigger. Gods, can the bugger pop up anywhere there's one of these devices? More lovely, elegant bombs for us to find and stop. I think we can now safely assume that this Sari is the product of enhanced summoning magic. But our answer leaves us with yet another question. If Sari is the Iji, then who is the summoner? Even if the grimoire is replaced by a machine, there must still exist the one who commands it. We've got to find the master then. If we don't squash the summoner, the bastard will just bring the Sari Iji back again and again and again. Whomever the bastard may be, he or she must be concealed somewhere nearby. An entity will always be summoned within a certain distance of the summoner. Even machine-enhanced techniques cannot circumvent this basic principle. That our antagonist chose not to make an appearance on Seal Rock suggests a reluctance to expose oneself to direct harm. In this location, however, with so many computational devices near to hand, I expect the foe's art will be significantly bolstered. So the Iji will be even stronger than last time. All the more reason to take down the summoner quickly, before we're swamped with ethereal horrors. Well, I've brought a little device that should help. An atherometer I borrowed from my sister, Stola. If I can detect the right currents, it should lead us straight to our hidden enemy. Excellent, Yamitra. That may make all the difference. Right, let's be about this then. Summoner squad, take the van and clear the way forward. Aye, we've been waiting for the chance to prove ourselves. You just focus on finding the summoner, and we'll sweep aside the dregs. Nod. I think most of the summons from 8 are in the game now. Oh, that's cool. Well, you couldn't ask for a more dramatic locale for a final confrontation. Bah! Someone else doing their summoner quest. Assuming we survive all this, we'll sure have a tale to tell our barracks mates. Whatever support you need, miss, we're here to give it. We'll not leave till we have busted that summoner's head and got the rewards you damn well deserve. We've not been idle since that last debacle, miss. I'm eager to show you the results of our training. Go forth and defeat this impostor, mistress. The wisdom of my creator belongs to you. The summoner squad will see to it that we have a clear path through the facility. Let us move swiftly and repay their dedication with a resounding victory. Yeah. Let's do it. Excuse me, there's a chocobo butt. There's a chocobo butt in your face, do you mind? No? Okay. Ready for round 2, Mel-chan? The terminal has provided us with a direct route to the research storage chamber. We're going to rip through this facility and take Sari's clone apart. It is an ethereal entity, Captain Wolf, not a clone. And I must point out that your true objective is the summoner, rather than the servant. Right, I knew that. As we planned, then. Summoner squad front and centre. Carve Mel-chan a path through. Aye, Captain. Yamitra, you're in charge of finding whoever's pulling this imposter Sari strings. Let's go. Yeah. They should add Doom Train. I forget what Doom Train looked like. I'll have to rewatch those summons. Hello. Wonderful. You've done well to make it this far. The summoner has to be around here somewhere. Demetra, use your gadget. I'll buy you some time. We came here to remove the seal you put on Principia. Do as we ask, and this can all end peacefully. I'm sorry, Captain. I'm afraid I can't do that. To do so would run contrary to the purpose for which I was created. Surely by now you have come to realize my true nature? Is he being summoned by the book? You are an Iji in the form of my creator, an existence made possible through a fusion of summoning magic and etherochemical technology. But while Master Sari was the last of the great summoners of Alag, you are naught more than an elaborate imitation, and you are no match for the summoner who now stands before you. Very good, but your conjecture has missed the mark. What I am is a defense mechanism that is capable of self-enhancement in order to combat ever greater threats. Shall I phrase this in simple terms? In the event that I encounter a presence with greater potential than Sari, I am compelled to harness that potential through main force and compose its ether into a new guardian entity. You mean to kill Melchan and make an Iji of the Warrior of Light? That's pretty scary. Yeah, I want to see Moombas in more games. Moombas are so cute. Have we reached an understanding? A peaceable conclusion to this encounter was never forthcoming. His reasoning has broken down. Your deeds have saved countless lives and will continue to do so. How can one justify killing you, mistress, when you embody the very principles for which summoning magic was invented? Demetra, any luck finding that summoner? I've just finished tracing the threads. The camouflage is impressive, but I'm still shocked that we missed something of that size. Oh, okay, what is it? Our true enemy is up there. Orb! How observant of you. You have uncovered Master Summoner Sari's greatest masterpiece, an artificially sentient evocation matrix. The complexity of my design simply cannot be compared to the primitive principles used in Principia's construction. There's another Sari. All the different colours. Your defeat is inevitable. What if we destroyed the orb? Tough talk for an aging machine whose logic channels have obviously rusted with disuse. Mistress, might you and your companions dispose of this unsightly and unseemly amalgamation of refuse? Damn! Have I heard this music before? It's kind of amazing. Three at once. Stay focused. We can afford no missteps. Ah, yes, I have. Oh, have I heard this? Or this is a remix of it? Oh, right. This is from the hard mode version of that dungeon. Yeah. As his La theme. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think this is from the hard mode version of that dungeon, you know. You know the dungeon. False teeth. More of the damn things. Where does it end? Still yourself, mistress. The machine means to overwhelm you. Boom! Titan! Come forth. Kill that dude. And kill that dude. Your combined strength is unexpected. Accessing security systems. Reviving bioweapon. You shouldn't do that. Ah, hi. Ah, I think we made it angry. But that must mean we're winning. Exterminate hostile entities! Exterminate! The system has recognized you as a legitimate threat. Its primary objective is overridden. It means to destroy you by any means. Nerve gas, that's rude. Tab targeting really wants to target the currently immune boss. One last push, mistress, and victory will be yours. Analysis failed. Unexpected error. Urgh. We did it, Mo-chan. We won. I never doubted you, mistress. May I suggest we now exit this unpleasant place? Yeah. Yeah, the original ones, I reckon. That'd be good. Fractal Continuum. Yeah, that might be the one. Yeah, Fractal Continuum Hard. That's where that's from. I forgot how much of a banger that tune is. Amazing. So a machine built by Sari was summoning an EG what looked like Sari. Them Alligans didn't see much use for the line betwixt idea and reality, did they? No. Congratulations, miss. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine a thinking machine would be the villain behind all this chaos. Thinking machine supercomputers. I wish I could have seen your victory firsthand. As things stood, we were far too busy keeping the rest of the facility's hostiles at bay. An inspiring triumph, mistress. Your coordination with Lady Amitra and Captain Wolf was truly a thing of beauty. A stunning victory, Mo-chan. We've won the day, but Captain Wolf wished to stay behind and conduct a thorough search. I told him it was still too dangerous to wander around alone, but the captain is a stubborn man. Not to worry, though. If aught should happen, we'll soon charge off to fight at his side. Captain Wolf will call if he needs us, aye. We should be celebrating here. Does this not mean Prince Seal is now broken? Mistress's success is indeed something to be celebrated. I was not crafted to experience emotion, but I do feel a certain rustle of satisfaction in my pages. Once you've mastered them high and mighty techniques, you'll be stronger than ever. Well, I think I'd rather learn by your example anyway, instead of from some musty scrolls written by some long-dead elegant summoner. It is in the hopes of achieving just such an outcome that I awoke from my slumber. The art of summoning is for the living, as my creator was once so fond of declaring. Melchan, Prin, let us say our farewells for the moment. Thank you for your aid, everyone. We could not have done this without you. I feel like the camera's weirdly zoomed in. It keeps like cropping off the top of people's heads. Kind of weird. Don't get lazy with your summoning now. The next time we meet, I mean to be your equal in the art. So a machine was using machines to summon E.G. Can you even call that magic anymore? Or is it just another form of technology? We will wait here for the captain. As much as I would have liked to assist you in the main battle, I am proud that we contributed to your success. Nice. Ah, nice. Thank you, Tag. I'll check that out after the stream, probably while I'm having dinner. Ah, here's Dancing Wolf. I completed a thorough investigation of the research facility before I left. My findings were worth the time and the danger, I think. Oh, really? Gonna turn off this air conditioner. A bit cold. Welcome back, mistress. It is almost that time. Oh yeah, can't wait for that time. Welcome back, Melchan. You were only meant to face 3 challenges, and we ended up chasing your prize into the heavens themselves. An unexpected development which you handled with exceptional grace, mistress. And now, at long last, I can finally bequeath to you the highest secrets of summoning. Pray step forward. That easy, is it? What a momentous occasion. The wisdom of the last of Alag's master summoners is yours. Ere you depart to explore your newfound powers, however, Captain Wolf has a report for us. It should explain much of what occurred on Azizlar. Aye. Well, I wanted to be sure that machine was truly undone, and after poking around inside it, I discovered a number of soul crystals. According to Principia, they belong to Sari's disciples. Aww. The captain also unearthed a tombstone containing undoctored records of that age. 'Twould seem that following the murder of his students, Sari became increasingly bitter. He began to doubt that the future could be safely entrusted to the capricious whims of mortals. Instead, he explored other methods by which new generations might be safeguarded from the threat of primals, and committed himself to etherochemical research. As you may have surmised, the evocation matrix was the end result of Master Sari's toil. Drawing on its embedded soul crystals and unrivaled computational power, this terrible invention was capable of manifesting a veritable host of ethereal avatars. Once he was satisfied with his work, Sari commanded the machine to act as civilization's mightiest guardian, and then he killed himself. His ethereal essence was absorbed, and a formidable Iji was added to his invention's arsenal. So now you know the truth of it. Wow. Oh. What a price to pay to ensure that the art of summoning survived unto the morrow. After failing to protect his disciples, I wonder if he meant to preserve their soul crystals in their stead. Even if that were his intention, he chose the wrong way to achieve it. Prin here is the embodiment of the hopeful ideals of Sari's younger self. Oh, sorry, this is Dancing Wolf. The murderous machine of his latter years is the product of frustration and anger and grief. Ah, but what shall we do with the crystals? We cannot risk them falling into the hands of another villain like Tristan. If you wish, I could swallow the crystals and hold them safe until another era has need of them. My enchantments would ensure that they pass only into the hands of the worthy. Swallow? You mean to eat them? Sure, why not? Fear not, Captain. I have no digestive tract of which to speak. And now that I have instructed Mistress in the wisdom of Alag, this task shall be the last I perform, ere I return to slumber. Wait, so this is farewell? Correct. Or, mayhap more appropriately, good night. As a familiar, I was not inspelled to experience loneliness. I was, however, written with the knowledge that it is best not to draw out a parting of ways with needless sentimentality. No tears for you then, eh, Prim? Summoning magic was created to combat the threat of the primals. The ideal world is one in which I need never again awaken. Wield the art well, Mistress. Oh. Okay. Did you eat the soul crystals? Off to Dreamland, just like that. I suppose Prin's purpose is served, and that's the same as happiness to a familiar. Speaking of serving one's purpose, I think it's time I took my leave. Aye, the tasks of the morrow beckon to us all. Let us do what we may, so that Prim might rest peacefully for many years to come. Aw, I really liked Prin. You have conquered the Principia's challenges and earned the lost wisdom of Alag. Summon Bahamut. Yeah. Yeah. Bahamut. I can summon Bahamut now. Oh my god. Soul Summoner 3. The first caller. Very cool. Trance gauge expanded. Ruin 3 will be upgraded to Astral Impulse. Yeah. Enkindle Bahamut. That's a new move. Orders Demi Bahamut to execute Akmorn. That sounds cool. Where am I going to put that? Here? Have to see how it feels. Outburst to Astral Flare and Astral Flow to Death. Okay, yep. Still works the same, but I have a new button now. Enkindle Bahamut. That's cute. Just but look at all these actions that cannot be assigned to hotbars that we get. Yeah, so at 80 I can summon a phoenix as well, apparently. Enhanced Summon Bahamut. Upgrade Summon Bahamut to Summon Phoenix when Demi Bahamut returns from summoning. I get to have a bird as well. Alright, I'm gonna go try it out. Ooh, it looks different now. Looks cooler. Let's go blow things up. Oh, hang on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's talk to people. The Scions were kind enough to let me know that Ishtola is safe and well. A relief, to be sure, but I pray you watch over her when you may. How are things? If we'd never found Prin, would we have ever learned so much about one of Alag's greatest summoners? Or encountered his misguided machine? The art of summoning holds great potential for saving lives, but taken too far in the wrong direction, and it can just as easily become a tool of destruction. The Sons of St. Koinarch have taken it upon themselves to record our experiences with Sari in great detail, a cautionary tale for future generations. And yet, there are those who worry that such records would be misused. They argue that all details of the technology should be expunged. What is the correct choice, I wonder? What's it mean to be a summoner? Don't think any of this is new. No, none of that's new. Okay. Wonder if we can go talk to Dancing Wolf over in Ul'dah. Get to summon Louis Soir, yes! Ah, it's awesome! It's so cool. That's so cool. Bum, bum. No Dancing Wolf? It was Mimio Mio again. Bringing Memoriga to justice. I forget what that was, but sure. I have done many deeds. I don't even remember the one you're talking about. Maybe that was for one of the Beast Tribe things I did. Right, let's go try out Summoner Powers. Specifically, Summon Bahamut. Oh, I got dragon. Dragon. Ah, come on. Oh, that's cool. And he's gone. That's cool. Got a new button. I think I'll leave it there for now. You know where we have better music? Let's go over to Falcon's Nest. There's no music here at the moment. Yeah, I did the Coils of Bahamut. Yeah, really good. I really like that story. There we go, got music. And we'll go over how Summoner works now. Ah, music's good. Oh, I should check out my new gear as well. Channeler's attire. What does that look like? Oh, is that the gear he was wearing? Another little horn. I like their horns. Not bad. I think I like the one I'm wearing, though, more. What's the book look like? Oops, cancel. Oh! It's a pop-up book. Bits of it expand. Oh, that's cool. Kind of like that book. I have to check out what the upgraded ones are. From Eureka. Alright. Summoner. So, Summoner, yeah, they massively changed it in the Endwalker patch. It used to be kind of like Warlock from World of Warcraft. It had damage over time effects. It had a kind of a permanent minion you would summon, a pet, and you would choose between a few different ones depending on the situation. No longer. Now you've just got your Carbuncle. And Carbuncle doesn't really do much on its own. It's got a couple moves it does, but mainly it gets swapped out for temporary summons. And there's no damage over time effects at all anymore. Only... It's kind of funny because Scholar has one. Scholar's got Bio. But Summoner doesn't have it at all anymore. Wonder if they just got tired of people comparing it to Warlock. So happy you lost the dots? Ah, okay. Yeah, definitely mixed opinions on the changes. I'm enjoying new Summoner. I haven't done much in dungeons with it yet, though. Weaving in Astral Flow. That one? You hate dot-heavy playstyles? Ah, okay. That's valid. Yeah, there's not many dots in this game anymore. Bard has dots, but they're not very important anymore. They change them so they don't proc things. They're just there. It would be nice to have a dot-focused class. Oh yeah, Black Mage has one dot that keeps up, and healers keep up a dot. And, oh yeah, Paladins keep up a dot. But yeah, there's not really a dot-focused class anymore. But yeah, so Summon is more about, like, temporary boosts. A lot of its buttons are still the same as before they changed it. So our spammable attack is Ruin. Also, I unsummoned my Carbuncle. Whoops. Come back, Carbuncle. Yeah. And you can glamour your Carbuncle to look like the old EGs that we used to use. So if you want to keep around Ifrit EG all the time, you can. And there's a few different coloured Carbuncles you can have as well. This is the default. I quite like it though. It's a nice blue. Yeah, so Carbuncle doesn't actually attack. Guard, stay, place. Yeah, it doesn't actually have an attack command anymore. It just kind of stands there looking cute. And I'll explain the non-summoning stuff first, I guess. So we've still got the energy meter. You've got an attack that fills it. It's off the global cooldown. And now we've got 2 charges, and you spend that on Fester. And that's also off the global cooldown. So those are things you get to weave. That's on a 1 minute cooldown, so you kind of want to make sure you spend your charges before that comes back up. Otherwise you'll just waste the leftover ones. And once we use Energy Drain, we also get Ruin 4, which is like a powered up Ruin. It lasts a very long time, so we can use it whenever is convenient for us. And it looks cool. I accidentally covered the camera. Looks cool though, I'll do it again later. Yeah, we spend our 2 charges of Fester before that comes back up. That's kind of all you need to do with that. It's pretty easy to do, to weave between all your other stuff. And for AoE, we have the same thing going on. It's a spammable AoE called Outburst. And we've got an AoE energy drain called Energy Siphon. That also activates Ruin 4. And an AoE energy spender called Pain Flare. And then we've got moves that are powered up depending on what our elemental attunement is, and that's part of the summoning stuff. So Gem Shine, this is basically what Edgy Assault 1 was. This is the replacement. And Precious Brilliance is Edgy Assault 2. This is the AoE version. So these we use to spend our current elemental stuff. which happens when we start summoning. Before I show summoning stuff, we've got a group-wide cooldown, increases damage dealt by everyone by 3%. This is something Carbuncle does. Yay, Carbuncle! Good for you. And we've got a defensive move now. Creates a barrier around us, absorbs damage equaling 20% of our HP. Yay! That's nice, because that used to be... I think you used to have to use Titan EG to use that. And Titan EG was the one you didn't want to use, because it wasn't really good at anything. So that's active. You can access that at any time now, which is very nice. Good for just more survivability for Summoner now. And that's pretty much everything until we get into the summoning. So the summoning itself, so it's all based off of a trance state, and you actually get access to it pretty early now. It used to be something you didn't get until Dreadworm Trance, but they actually brought in a lower level version of it. Yeah, Aether Charge. You get it at level 6 now. That's amazing. Yeah, so there's a really low level version of it that's not tied to Bahamut, called Aether Charge. And then as you level up, it upgrades to become Dreadworm Trance. And now it's Summon Bahamut. So when we activate it, it does a nice attack, and it summons Bahamut now. And it changes my Ruin to something cooler, and also lets me use these two moves. I pretty much just want to use them while Bahamut's out. So it just gives me what was the last 15 seconds? Yeah, it gives me a 15-second window. I can use this cool powered up Ruin. I can use Death Flare. And I can use Enkindle Bahamut. Then he leaves. But he leaves us with these 3 glowing gems. These are for each of the 3 EGs. Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan. So we could summon them in whatever order we want. Let's start with Titan. So we summon Titan, he comes in, does a cool move, and then he leaves. But he's left us with, see, we've got 4? He's left us with 4 charges of elemental, whatever you call it, elemental attunement. And that's the timer on it. So we want to spend those 4 charges before that timer runs out. And we just use this powered up Ruin to do it. That's that all spent. Let's summon Garuda now. It's Garuda's attack. And Garuda's powered up Ruin. So Garuda gives us 4 charges, but these have a quicker global cooldown. So you can kind of really spam them, which is pretty cool. And that's those 4. Now we summon Ifrit. Bye, Ifrit. So Ifrit only gives us 2 charges, but Ifrit's version of Ruin cast, it's got a really long cast. So it's longer than the global cooldown. So you can pair it with Swift Cast to cast it quicker if you want. And that's Ifrit's. So it's the hardest hitting one. So yeah, Titan's kind of the middle one. Garuda's the really fast, spammy one. And then Ifrit's the heavy hitting 2-shotter. And by the time we spend all that, Summon Bahamut's back again. Yeah, and that's kind of the summoner cycle. So you start the whole cycle by doing your Summon Bahamut or your, whatever your current trance is. You have fun with that for a little bit. This is the AoE move. Make sure you use the 2 special moves it gives you. And then that ends, and now we get our 3 charges. Yeah, so the goal is to use all of those charges before Bahamut comes back again. Which you should be able to do if you're, pressing buttons properly. And also during all this we've got energy drain. which is also on a 1 minute. So you can see Summon Bahamut is a 1 minute, Energy Drain is 1 minute, so they line up pretty neatly. Garuda. Spam that Garuda. Oh, hello, Titan. That's not me. That's this other summoner. And now Summon Bahamut's back. Yeah, so it's basically just that cycle. You're not actually pressing very many buttons. Yeah, this summoner is higher level, so they get to summon the actual things. Thank you, whoever this is, for showing that. Yeah, at a higher level you get to summon the actual primals instead of the little baby Igis. Got Garuda! Very cool. Level 90, I think, is when I have to wait to summon the big lads and lasses. And Phoenix! I haven't got that yet either. Yeah, so it's a 1 minute cycle. And then, so when I get Phoenix, I think what happens is it becomes like a 2 minute cycle instead. The next time I use Summon Bahamut, it's Phoenix instead. And then I do the whole thing with the gems. And then it becomes Summon Bahamut when we come back around to it a second time. So it's a long cycle, but kind of cool. I'm enjoying watching these cool primals. I should turn on spell effects so I can see. Let's do that. Troll. That's better. Yes, that's Summoner, pretty much. Garuda's skills all do AoE. Ah, nice. Boom! Ah, it's so pretty. I'll let you watch this while I respond to chat. A bit weird that the damage buff and protective shield from Carbuncle gets inactivated depending on where you are in your rotation. Yeah, that is weird. Yeah, since Carbuncle gets replaced by these as they're coming in, and also Bahamut, then you can't use that whenever those are currently active. Yeah, that is a little weird. I suppose they wanted Carbuncle to do something, but maybe they can come up with something else that Carbuncle does. Yeah, Summoner's very flashy now. Ah, that's so cool. Yeah, not till level 90 that you get to do that super shiny stuff. But, you know, it's still pretty cool at the moment. Boom. Get the little baby ones. Little Burberry. Little Burberry. Little Titan. Did I do the AoE moves? I should do the AoE moves. Yeah, so your charges, you can spend them on the single target or the AoE. There's just a single target and AoE version of them all. And you decide if you're doing the single target or AoE. Yeah. So yeah, in practice you're not actually pressing many buttons. You just gotta have a nice... Make these a comfortable binding. I put Summon Ifrit, Titan and Garuda where my dots used to be. That seems to have worked. Just have to remember to use them between summons, yeah. What the heck is that? That was cool. What is that person doing? Oh, is that Blue Mage? Damn, Blue Mage gets some cool stuff I haven't seen. I've got to get that. Aw. A Horsefant. I want to pat it. I can't target it for some reason. Why can't I target the Horsefant? Oh well. Yeah, this Sprout's asking, did you just summon Bahamut? Oh, rip that Blue Mage. Summoners are fun. I guess I can res them, can't I? I use my swift cast. Oh, manual res. Oh. That's part of my rotation, resing a blue mage. Oh wow! Thank you. 100,000 gil. Oh. Thank you. Summon Bahamut for them one more time so they can see it once more. Yeah, and then I think we're done showing Summoner. Reenact the Dalamud falling. You can change the size of your summoned Bahamut in both directions. Oh, that's cool. That is very cool. Ah, it's because I'm in combat. Interesting. Ah, but I can't I can't target a minion. Ah, okay, I suppose that's to try and clean up targeting. That's kind of a cool feature, actually. Ugly or Horseshoe font. Anyway. There we go. Oh, look at that cool red mage move. The classes are all so cool in this game. It's so hard to choose what my favourites are. Everyone in your group will hate you for blocking the screen though. Wish you could use your blue on my server. They can get gross. Ah, nice. Yeah, I've got my blue at 70. I'm just missing a ton of spells, I think. I've got 82 out of 104. Okay, I do have a lot of spells. It's just most of the newer spells I don't have. I do have quite a lot though. Need to start collecting more spells. Finish my set. But yeah, that was Summoner. It's cool. It's pretty late, so I might... Or actually, how long does Bosja take to unlock? Maybe I should go unlock Bosja finally. Or is that like a bit of a long intro? Tsukiyomi's spell is huge. Ooh. That sounds fun. A decently long duty. Okay. Alright, I might leave Bosja for another time actually. And I'll just finish up the stream and give my voice a rest. It's a bit sore, so. Okay. Kinda wished you'd shown it off. Ah. Is there any kind of new game plus for it? Thank you. Yeah, I'll see who I want to raid. Saku. Saku's playing Stardew Valley. And yeah, I'm going to raid Saku. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching. / raid Sakura Tsubasa. Next time we'll do even more class quests. Yeah, we've got Monk, Machinist, Dancer, and Black Mage to go. I'd do Machinist and Dancer. I've been wanting to finish unlocking their stuff, especially Dancer. Yeah. Alright, thank you all very much for watching. And I shall see you all next time. See ya.